So this evening we continue with the Bhagavad Gita, and especially one verse of the Bhagavad Gita which is very powerful, and it refers to a lot all those who are on this path of Kriya Yoga. And the verse is the verse 47 from the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, when Lord Krishna says, "He who with devotion absorbs himself in me, with his soul immersed in me, him I regard among all classes of yogis as the most equilibrated." In that verse, Krishna is referring to Raja Yoga, the path of Raja Yoga, which is the path of, first of all, meditation, where meditation becomes the base for all the rest of one's life. Because in meditation, as we were chanting before, "How shall I love thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe." So in meditation, we go deeper with every breath, with the practice of Kriya. With every breath becomes a self-offering, an offering of our tendencies, an offering of all that what we are or what we think we are. So that is the base of all the rest. For as it says in this verse, to be an equilibrated yogi. But as Master also said, Krishna in this verse, he refers to, if we only would meditate, always in ecstasy with our cosmic beloved, forgetting the world, what would happen to the rest, to the world? And while we are still breathing, we have to give back. We are breathing this air of this earth, so we have to give back. But to do it in the right way. So the base is meditation, which brings us to a state of joy. In meditation we can experience the deepest joy, the deepest love, the deepest stillness. And then when we come out of meditation, to bring it throughout in our day, in our activities, that we share the joy with others, instead of sharing criticism, impatience, or sometimes not the nicest words with our friends, with our families, that we really share that joy we experience in meditation, that we share that kindness, that forgiveness, that love with everybody, if it is at work, if it is with friends, if it is with people in a store, on the street. Maybe some people are honking at us. We can give them a smile of kindness and understanding. So that is practicing then also in a certain way karma yoga in our daily life. As long as we are simply active, without the thought of the Lord, without the thought of the divine or of the divine qualities, we will not practice karma yoga. Because karma yoga actions, selfless actions. Selfless means without the ego involvement. And these are the actions which we should perform in our daily life. If it is in accounting, card is there, we can ask Master, help me with the numbers, so that also in the numbers can be joy. If one works in the school, teaching, bring me that joy to the children. Let me see little Gopala in the children. And in that way, it becomes karma yoga, because it's karmic actions always with the thought of the cosmic beloved, of the Lord. And everything we do, should be referring back to that. As the song says, how shall I serve thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe. That refers to karma yoga. Every breath should be an offering. Every action should be an offering. What we do doesn't matter what we do. It's important how we do it. If we do it as an offering or if we do it selfishly. Okay? And then, how shall I seek thee, Lord my God? The chant is like the whole path of Raja Yoga. Where can we find God? Where do we seek Him first? We seek God within, in introspection, Jnana Yoga. That becomes then true Jnana Yoga. That inner knowing of the divine. And then wherever we look, the knowing that everywhere is nothing else than the divine. In that way, we become equilibrated yogis. And as a great yogi from India, he said one time to a talk where I went to listen, he said, in our days, a lot of the true yogis are living in apartments, are living in the cities, in the jungle of human society. And a lot of non-yogis are living in the Himalayas, in the mountains, running away from their duties, from their dharma. And so let's be the yogis, equilibrated yogis, what Krishna refers to in the verse 47. Starting every day with deep meditation. There is like Rajarsi Ananda. He was the foremost disciple of Yogananda in the West. He was realized. He was one with God, in bliss with God. But when Master asked him, who gives you that power? He always said, you, my beloved Guru. He called himself the little one. He was a huge businessman. He had millions of dollars. He built up an imperium, immense imperium. And he was realized. He was the yogi of whom Krishna is talking about. He came in his office at 10 o'clock in the morning, not at 7 or 8, but at 10 o'clock. But what did he do until 10 o'clock? He meditated. He was in bliss. He was in oneness with the Lord. He was in oneness with the divine. And then he came, powerful businessman. He was not meek, not meek at all. To build that up, it takes strength. It takes concentration. It takes devotion, dedication. And he could in shortest period of times finding all the solutions for his work. Then he went back in meditation. He was serving the work. He was serving Master with everything he had in the most humblest, simplest way. And he was the foremost disciple of Yogananda. So wherever we are, if it is in the family, if it is in business, in workplaces, let's be yogis. Let's always be with the divine, remembering the divine qualities of non-judging, non-criticizing, of loving all in the same way, not making preferences. God doesn't have preferences. He loves everyone equally. It depends on us if we can receive His love, if we can experience His love. But He loves the greatest thief or the greatest delinquent. He loves in the same way as His greatest saints. And that is the beauty of it. And getting to that understanding, that is the Raja Yoga path. So we should always, that song, remember that song, how shall I love thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe, with every smile I smile at your children, with every help I give to your children in the world. Because when you help others, in truth you help Krishna. When you are kind also to the little beings, to the little stray dog, to the cat, to the cats, to the birds, you are giving that to the Lord. You remember Krishna is everywhere. He's not only out in the blue sky or in the form of Krishna or in the form of Rama. Krishna is everywhere, in every atom of creation. He's vibrating. He's calling us. And so that is then practicing yoga in an equilibrated way. So always beginning the day with meditation, as Rajasi did, doing our businesses. So it's not only for those who are hiding away. You can realize God wherever you are. And very often one finds in the most simplest people so much bliss, so much joy, so much that power of the divine inside in their eyes. So try more and more to manifest that. And always remembering what are the qualities of God? What is Krishna calling us to be? How should we be with everybody? That is yoga. Bringing kindness, especially in this world now. Bringing kindness, bringing a smile wherever you go. Non-judging, non-criticizing. Non-judging also politics if they are not perfect. That's the divine Leela. It's the divine play. It is reminding us we should go within. There we can find the wisdom. There we can find the understanding, the deeper meaning of everything. As also Master very often said, if everything would be perfect, here, who would seek for God? If this world would be like a little paradise, it would get quite sleepy. So we have to apply the yogic principles in every moment, in every aspect of our lives. And as Master says, that to perform all the actions, God-reminding actions, with blissful attitude. Can we be like that? Can we always be smiling, inwardly joyful, inwardly powerful warriors, defeating all our little Kauravas who are always waiting. In every breath they are waiting. How many breaths do we consciously? How many breaths do we truly offer up to the divine? And how many breaths do we remember who is breathing through our bodies, who is breathing to each body, who is breathing in the whole universe? Then there's never separation. One doesn't have to hide. One doesn't have to do nothing. Those will not realize God, or not so easily. But it's in every action we do. If we do them with God remembrance, then we are practicing yoga. And wherever we are practicing the remembrance of God. If we meet people from all religions, all nations, Pakistanis, Afghanistanis, Christians, Chinese, these are all, everybody is a child of God, is a reflection of the divine. The more we can see that, more we can be yogis. And then the words of Krishna, how to be an equilibrated yogi, will become our true reality. And life is then so beautiful. And then wherever one is, one finds friends. Wherever one goes, one sees the smile of Krishna, of the Guru, through many, many smiles. That becomes then a life of a yogi. Okay, thank you.